What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 15 of Fight Your Rival. Feels good to say 15.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic number.
It is.
Today's a special day. It is 4th of July.
Yep.
So we hope you all enjoy eating your hot dogs and celebrating your independence.
Yep.
And
Happy birthday, America.
practicing those Captain America combos, hopefully.
Yep.
I personally have my own little Captain America pin.
And I'm dressed all in black to represent red, white, and blue.
There we go. Ultra patriotic.
That's how I do.
So we have a ton of news to talk about today. Earlier this week, Seth Killian announced that he's now working for Sony Santa Monica.
Amazing.
Very surprising news. We knew Seth would end up somewhere else. You know, he said he was pursuing another dream job, and now he's lead designer for basically Sony's smaller studios. One of the teams that he's going to be working with is Superbot, who are making PlayStation All-Stars, which is super interesting.
It's great to have someone with such a big fighting game background to work on a game like that. It makes me more interested in actually getting the game now.
I'm less scared. The baby's in good hands now.
Yeah, we got rid of the other nanny, and we got the good one now.
Yes. The cool one that brings you cookies and soda. So I have even higher hopes for that game and for whatever else Seth works on, because he's a player before anything, and he carries his passion for the game over to everything he does, and he just seems like a super cool guy. So I'm glad that he found a good home in Sony.
Real quick news on Persona 4 Arena. Now, if you're a BlazBlue fan, Guilty Gear fan, Arc System Works always delivers, and they're not skimping on Persona 4 Arena at all. Recently, they just announced that the story mode is actually going to be 30 to 40 hours long.
That's amazing.
It's similar to BlazBlue, where if you play the last one, Continuous Shift Extended, it's the longest story mode ever that I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
But it's giving it the same treatment. There's voiceovers for every cutscene. I never played any Personas before, and I really want to try this one since it is a fighting game. I hope it goes down the BlazBlue route, where in the last BlazBlue they have a recap of everything that's happened in the prior games. If you never played them before, it's a quick story mode that shows everything that's happened. So hopefully they do the same for Persona 4.
I hope so, because I have never touched a Persona game.
Me either.
And I'm only interested in Persona because now it's a fighting game.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I'm excited though. I mean, I was, obviously single player is not everything in a fighting game, but I enjoy a game so much more when I know the developer put those extra touches in, put that extra care into the game. And I was a little disappointed with the KOF story mode.
Yes.
So it'll be a little more fleshed out. So to know that there's something, something that has 30 or 40 hours worth of gameplay at least is very exciting. So
yeah, hopefully that's something SNK takes notice for when they make the next KOF, and they give me 60 to 180 hours of video, because
yes.
I love KOF.
With plus a Mahjong mini game and a first-person shooter mode.
Yes, and Puzzle Fighter, KOF style.
Always Puzzle Fighter.
Yep.
Another big surprise this week in the community. Last night I was watching Cross Counter Live, and I saw Gutex. Gutex is back.
Check that out.
They brought him back onto the show in really grand fashion. They had this really well shot intro where Gutex basically woke up in a hospital gown in the middle of the desert, wandered around Los Angeles, became a hobo.
Oh man.
And then Mike Ross walks by on the phone like, oh, Cross Counter's doing great. Sales are up 300%. And they go through this all this crazy banter, and then it was a really smart and really hilarious way to bring him back onto the show. And basically, Gutex said he's just been behind the scenes working on a bunch of projects. He's still, he's always been doing cross-counter work, just not hosting the show.
Yeah.
He's been covering a couple electronic dance shows, which is cool, kind of branching out, doing stuff behind the scenes, working on Ask Dr. Sub-Zero, which is a great show. You guys should watch it right after cross-counter every Tuesday. But I guess he decided to come back as the host, and it was really great, because watching him and Mike Ross is always super entertaining. They have awesome chemistry. They're almost as good as a certain duo I know in the fighting game community. Almost the best YouTube show hosts. So.
Almost.
Shout outs to them for coming that close to us.
So what's gonna happen with Combo Fiend?
I'm sure he'll be on the show here and there. He always pops up.
Yeah.
And he always pops up on the YouTube videos themselves. You always see him and Mike in running sets, like him and Mike Ross playing. So I don't think they ever found an official co-host. It's just that Combo Fiend filled that role for a really long time.
So he was the rebound host.
He was the rebound host.
Hopefully, Combo Fiend and Yipes could make their own show together.
They really should, because if you watched Curleh Mustache 4 this weekend, their chemistry on the mic together is out of this world.
Yeah.
They're both hysterical dudes, and also happen to be two of the best Marvel players in the country, so the combination is just awesome to watch and listen to.
And I agree, and since we're already speaking about Curleh Mustache that just passed this past weekend, what were your overall thoughts about everything that happened at Curleh Mustache?
There's a lot on my mind about the tournament. First of all, it was amazing. I think there were almost 20,000 viewers.
Yes, at one time I saw,
Yes, for an exhibitional tournament, not a major, not EVO, but literally just a single exhibition tournament streamed by Spooky. This was the 4th Curleh Mustache. It's actually the very first one on the West Coast. They usually do them right here at Next Level. Former champions were Noel Brown, and then Marlin Pie in back-to-back tournaments. So I think a big draw was just seeing the West Coast version of that, seeing players like Viscant and Combo Fiend, Porter Balrog, everybody. And I saw maybe the last hour of it. It was very exciting. The level of play was obviously great. Things got a little interesting towards the grand finals. We had a Filipino champ Deus Ex grand finals. It was actually a run back of winners finals. And Champ was very emotional. He was in a rare mood. He actually looked on the verge of tears when Deus Ex sent him to losers. And I guess he just channeled that rage because he won the whole thing. He had a lot of words to say about Deus Ex. Basically said that he has low IQ. He said he's not used to playing against people that don't play the game right. He said that it's kind of disrespects the game, and he plays it so technical. And I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I could see where Filipino Champ's coming from. I mean, in person, he's a really nice guy, but when it comes to a tournament, he's all focused, and his purpose is to win. Why else would you sign up unless you didn't sign up to win? So I understand that. I think he went a bit too overboard when he was saying those things about Deus Ex.
He called him a pelican.
Yeah, he did.
It was a little
but Filipino Champ has to remember, it's Marvel. It's Marvel. That's what happens in Marvel. Even you may be used to playing people who are really intelligent when playing the game, really thinking stuff out, really strategizing their entire match, and that's what you're used to. But if you're playing someone who is unorthodox and doesn't plan anything out and just goes with the flow, and as long as if something hits, I'm gonna continue doing it, and until you figure it out and stop it. That's Marvel. That's why I don't play that game competitively, because it doesn't matter. It's Marvel.
Marvel, in a way, is an extremely technical game with the amount of work you have to put into it, with how open-ended the combo system is. But at the end of the day, you'll get hit with some random bullshit and die. And we were talking to Sanford about it at Matchfest, and he calls the game 3 shots because you get hit 3 times, and that's the end of the game. And a huge shout out to Champ. He is undoubtedly not only one of the best Marvel players in the world, but just one of the best fighting game players.
Yeah, I'm actually rooting for Champ to win Evo. That's why I want to win Evo in Marvel is Champ. I want Champ to win. So.
He's won a ton of majors lately. He's always placed as well as no one doubts how great he is. But it's like with that game, you really have to accept that you're playing Russian roulette and that absolutely anything could happen. It's what makes the game what it is. It wouldn't be so popular, I think, if it wasn't.
So speaking about games that have 50 characters to choose. Namco just released a new video for Tekken Tag Tournament 2. This smile right here is genuine, and I don't smile a lot.
He does not. I don't think ever.
Yeah,
this might be the first one.
Yeah, so this is documented, so it's good. Watch this video if you're a fan of Tekken Tag 2. They added so much shit into this game, it's ridiculous. The first thing that I saw on the video that kind of blew my mind, I don't speak Japanese, but I follow videos very well, and I believe the guy said for each character, which is 50, will have their own cinematic ending in the game.
Wow. That's so much attention to detail.
Yes.
So much love.
I hope that the cinematic endings are as ridiculous and out of this world like the previous Tekken series. And I feel like they're making up for SoCal 5, because when you beat SoCal 5 in arcade, you just got credits.
Yeah, literally.
And that was it. There was not a single story for any character except just the core story mode they built.
And the story mode itself was pretty lackluster.
Yeah, it was. It was. Not only are they going to release 50 cinematic endings for the game has a ton of modes to go through. Not only that, the game has a bunch of modes. It has arcade mode, it has practice mode, tag mode, team battle, survival, ghost battle, the fight lab, and the last one is pair play, which is pretty much 4 people playing together on one console, a la SFXT style.
It's much like Cross Tekken, but I see it being played way more than Cross Tekken. It just looks like such a smoother game. I'm just very excited by the amount of content that's in it. I'm very excited to just play the game as it is, but especially the fight lab, it's a really cool way to have mini games, but also a way to actually learn fundamentals in a really fun way. There's things like you have to bounce your Agan Ryu around to learn juggling, and you have to blow up little parts of combat to know highs and lows. So.
And one that they show in the video, which I think is pretty cool, to teach you sidestepping, they're throwing like a bowling ball down towards you, and you have to sidestep out of the way of the bowling ball to teach you sidestepping in the game. It's just fantastic.
So awesome, and it's looking like the ultimate package. 50 characters out of the box, 4 DLC characters for free.
Just for reserving it.
You get them early if you reserve, and no matter what, you're going to get them down the line. So no one's going to be deprived of Angel or Michelle, Ogre, or Kunimitsu. No paying for characters. No Capcomization.
Yeah, and also the game has another customization mode, just like the previous Tekken, and it looks just as good as the SoCal 5 one this time. I'm very impressed.
Very impressed.
The small amount that they showed.
The amount of absurdity on the characters in the trailer gets me extremely excited.
Yeah, didn't like Kazuya have like hairdo in the shape of a hammer.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes, it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna have a blast. Probably spend half the time making characters.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
totally.
it's looking to have a lot of cool online features. I couldn't read the Japanese text, obviously, but online team play might be a thing, which is exciting. And there's gonna be a Tekken channel, which will probably be very much like the replay channel in Street Fighter. Browse, upload, download replays from around the world, which is always great.
And they also added something similar to the Global Coliseum that's in Soul Calibur 5 in this one as well.
Yes.
I think it was called like Tekken World or
Yes.
World something.